Welcome to this Guild Wars Let's Play. You're with Sambo and Seraphis, and joining us as ever is the delightful, the charming, the flower-wearing Regina Lacerda. How are you this evening, my lady?
I'm good. How are you, Sambo?
I'm very well. You know what? I really do like the flowers in the hair of the rangers in this game. It really does look special, must say.
It does look a bit... well, actually, again, you've got art imitating life. I actually do have a big purple arrow in my hair right at the moment.
Whoa. What? You have a purple flower in your hair?
Yes, well, it's a hair clip.
Oh, well, I'll be. So, okay, there you have it, folks. Not only does she have multicoloured rainbow hair, but she has purple flowers in it as well. I can quite safely assure you that I don't, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering. Anyhow,
That's the weekend wear.
Yeah, weekend wear. I don't quite resort to flowers, not yet anyway. Still, where were we? We left off last episode, if you were watching. We set out on our first quest, and if you remember, we actually got ourselves a couple of new skills. So once again, we're going to hit the K button here and bring up our skills and attributes window. One thing to note, that if you want to move the order of your skills, and by the way, trust me, you will, because you're going to have way more than 8 skills listed in your list, and you're going to, in fact, part of the strategy of the game is to choose skills that are appropriate for the situation that you're in or the party that you're going out into the world with. Part of the game is organising your skills a lot. It's not like most MMOs where you sort of have 8 that you stick to. You're going to be mixing them up and swapping them all the time. Now, what you'll notice is if I try to drag any of these skills at the moment, I can't. They're locked. And that's because of what it says up here, which is skills cannot be equipped while you are in a mission, which is where we are, or explorable area, which is also where we are. Return to a town or outpost to add or remove skills. So in other words, you have to do all your setup before you exit an outpost, which of course, once again, spinning the camera around there, you can see behind us. So we would actually have to go in there in order to organize this, and again, it's part of the strategy of the game, and that will become clearer as we move on. But for now, Reggie, I think it's time for us to grab some of these quests that are floating around. There's lots I can see with green exclamation marks above their heads. Let's stack ourselves up.
Indeed.
Head southwest to Ashford and talk to Devourer. Now, I know from playing the game previously that Devourer is also an important character in the game. See over here, Lena the healer. Once again, all I'm doing is clicking on their name. I'm not driving the character manually at all. It's nice and easy. If you promise to do your adventuring with an ally, I'll gladly give you a signet that can resurrect fallen party members. Sounds like a good idea. There we go. Accept that. Now, what that is, did we get it? No. What that means is that we're about to do some missions with an ally, and an ally in this case is Reggie. It means if you group up with someone and do an explorable mission, then we'll get a reward for that. Now, did you get a signet? I did. It appeared immediately on my hotbar. What about you?
I did as well.
Yep, good. So we both got that.
Very handy one it's going to be.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. This is a great signet to get, and it's really good that they give it to you right at the beginning of the game. As you'll see there, it's called a resurrection signet. There are a number of different signets in the game, and they act pretty much the same as the spells on your hotbar, except they're an item. And in this case, if we activate this signet, it will resurrect the targeted party member, and they come back to life with 100% health and 25% energy, not the M word. And this signet only recharges when you gain a morale boost, and we'll talk about that later. But it does have a 3-second cooldown, I think, or is it 3 minutes? I can't remember. I think it's... We'll soon find out anyway, because I'm sure before long I'll die and Reggie will have to come to my rescue. But it's good that we get that right off the bat. Alright, isn't there another quest giver wandering around somewhere? I'm sure I saw them. Could be wrong.
I think I got a quest from Gwen as well.
Oh, did you? I haven't spoken to her. Let's click on her so we run towards her. And there we go, you're right, she's got an exclamation mark above her head, and she's going to follow us. So follow the road southwest from town to Ashford and talk to Devourer. That's the only quest in my log. How many are in your log?
I've only got the one as well. It's the same quest that you've got,
Alright,
which is handy.
excellent. Let's do that, and obviously we're going to have Gwen following us. I'm not sure why, to be honest, but once again, folks, looking on the mini-map, or the radar, and we're going to be following the orange pip, which basically means we're going to head...
I believe that Gwen, in this part of the game, if she's following you, she does randomly heal you. Not by much, but she'll randomly give you a bit of help.
Excellent. We have a pocket healer. And look at that, we have a river scale. So once again, hitting C, hitting spacebar. That's all we have to do, except now, of course, we've actually got abilities. So I'm going to click on my banish. And there you go, you can see the effects on the mob and on me. And I'd imagine that both Reggie and myself were using a combination of the auto attack, which once again is just being the spacebar. If you select your mob with C being the closest enemy and then hit spacebar, you'll automatically start spamming out whatever your weapon attack is. But then of course we have the ability now to use, in my case, number 2, which is a banish spell, and Reggie had like a volley of arrows or something like that. And on my one key
Power shot.
Oh, power shot, that's right. So we can use them in combination with our auto attacks, bearing in mind, of course, that they do use energy. So here's another mob. We'll take it out. So you'll see there my energy has gone down to 25, but it's healing pretty quickly. I'm going to hit spacebar now, and you'll see that my wand or my staff actually takes over. But you would have noticed that when and that was assigned to Reggie, when I hit the spacebar, my energy did go down, but it rose very fast again because of all the rightward facing arrows, which means that I've got a very high energy regen rate. And just a word of warning that sometimes later in the game there will be mobs and effects that actually do impact that, and they become your energy rate actually goes into the negative, and it's very hard to keep things up. Alright, so where are we, Reggie? We're at a crossroads here. We've got Wizard's Folly. We've got Welcome to Ashford. Ashford, yep, I think you're dead right. That's where we needed to go. Devour's over here somewhere, isn't she? From memory.
She'll be hiding around one of these buildings, I'm sure.
Yep. Sure we'll spot her soon enough. Very pretty game. Look at that. The waterfalls in the background. Lovely autumn tones. Really is a joy running around in this game, especially in... Well, you know what happens next, of course, Reggie. Our viewers possibly don't, so we won't say anything, but it's very pretty.
I'm not telling.
Yeah, I'm not telling, she says. There's Devourer. We just click on her. There we are.
I think I can see another a little green name around the corner of the building as well. Ah, there's another quest around the corner.
Ah, there we go. You did right. Pitney, I remember this guy. Can you... Oh gosh, I remember this quest. Worms love Devourer eggs. Can you get a Devourer egg from Fathom Hatham for me? I'll use it to lure the queen into the open, and then you can squash her like the bug she is. Alright, so now I think we're going to have a couple of quests in our log. We do. So there you go, folks. You see, we've got them categorized. Primary quests and Ascalon quests. Now, try and keep an eye, if you can, on my mini-map radar there, and watch the little green pip change as I choose. There you go. You saw it flash, hopefully. I'm going to toggle between the two of them. You should see on my radar on the top right there, it's flashing saying, hey, they're in totally different directions, and as I click on a quest, it actually updates that. Now to double check on that, I'm going to choose this quest and bring up my main map, and you'll see that the Ashford Abbey is highlighted, saying that this quest the destination is there, I need to go there. If I then change quests and hit M, you'll see that there's an asterisk appeared way over to the east, out in the country there, indicating that that quest heads off over in that direction. So you're never ever going to get lost. Now Reggie, you're wearing the pants in this relationship. Which quest are we going to do first?
Dangerous speaking.
It is.
I would prefer to do the worm problem first.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, because it seems like the other quest is going to lead us into another area. So onwards and upwards, let's go, following the green arrow on our screen. And once again, also looking at the top left there, the mission map is showing us where we've already been if we ever get lost. So what is our objective? We have to acquire a Devourer egg from somebody in the Devourer cave. It sounds like it's going to be nasty.
I don't know if you're seeing this, but I've actually stumbled across just a random item on the ground here.
I can see it, the red...
Got a red iris flower.
Yes. Now, to be honest, I used to get them when I used to play Guild Wars a lot. And I honestly don't remember what they're for. Now, by the way, quickly, see I'm getting low on health here in my party bar. I'm going to select myself, hit 1 to give myself a heal. And that's like a heal over time. And you'll see my health very rapidly zooming up then. There, I'm going to press spacebar on the... Or rather, I'm going to hit C and press the spacebar to keep continuing to attack the mob. But again, use the party member screen there, that little list, as the selection tool for people in your party, especially when it comes to healing. So as you can see, I can just click on that. It automatically selects Regina. I can hit number 1 and that will put a heal on her. It's very handy in the heat of battle, and of course it monitors their health. You would have seen that the red bar goes down in the party list, so you can very quickly see the health of all your party members, which is important if you are a healer. And where did Reggie go? We don't know. We can click on her name, hit spacebar, and follow her. So it looks like we're going to have to go off the beaten track a little bit.
We've got more of these river owls just keep chasing us around the map.
Yep. And again, that loot there is assigned to Regina, so there's never any worry about who gets what. Hitting C, hitting spacebar, also hitting my number 2 ability, and clearly the spells that you cast are obviously worth a lot more in terms of damage than your auto attack, just like other games, but remember they do use energy. So later on in the game, when we've got lots of spells, much more difficult mobs to attack, you really have to be careful about managing your energy. The one thing in Guild Wars that you'll spend a lot of time doing is waiting for your energy to regen, so you've got to be very prudent about it. Now Reggie, your main character that you've been...
Regen in the middle of battle can be really annoying.
Oh, absolutely. And I was just going to say, your class that you're playing at the moment, I think, is a caster. I mean, obviously not this character, but you're kind of one of your mains. Isn't it an elementalist? Well, part of it's an elementalist, I think.
It is elementalist, yeah. So it uses a lot of spells, but nature, like use fire spells, water spells, and air spells.
Right.
And that's the primary.
So you're going to have issues in terms of your energy usage as well, and I'm sure you'll agree with me that you really have to be careful in managing that. All right.
You do. You have to make sure that your even your outfit can affect how much energy you have. Right.
Big part of the game. Here we go. We have to escort this person, because remember, we need eggs. What we're going to do is this guy here is actually going to go in and collect them, so we have to be careful that he doesn't get killed. A new type of mob here called a Devourer. Nasty looking things.
And there's a lot of them that seem to come from underground, and you won't even see them until you're nearly on top of them.
Ah, so they're buried under there, coming up to surprise us. Now, as a healer, of course, guys, I'm going to be wanting to keep a very close eye on the 2 party members, i.e. myself and Reggie, keeping an eye on the health. Again, using that party member screen as the main selection tool in terms of being able to apply heals, etc. really does make it easy, rather than having to click on mobs out in the world, because sometimes you can misclick. You can also accidentally click on the ground like this and run into a bunch of mobs. So, oh, here he goes. He's collecting an egg. There's an egg down here. And we've left Reggie.
You have to make sure that none of these devourers get to him while he's collecting as well.
Oh yeah, of course, because we're really trying to protect him at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And a spiked axe dropped. I'm not sure if I can use that or not. I don't think so. Maybe I can.
There's a devourer that just come out from the ground, right near where our fella's about to go running.
Wow, you took him out so fast. Did you crit then or something? That was amazing.
I have no idea. I was lucky.
I was lucky, she says. We'll use the technical term. We now have a new stat in Guild Wars called luck. Now, once again, folks, as you'll notice there, the mob sort of went past us. So, you know, in other games that would have gone out of our line of sight, but given that it's Guild Wars, it's nice and easy. It literally just meant that my character auto-followed it as it ran by. Nothing to worry about at all. So, in fact, I'm going to prove that point. We've got a mob targeted with C. I'm going to hit space. Oh, no. Reggie nuked the heck out of it and is dead already. You're too
very
good.
low energy one.
Alright, now it's getting a bit full on. We've got 3 of them coming at us at once. Although our health seems to be holding up. And again, I've got a big cooldown on that banish, 10 seconds. You can see it counting around then, so I can't use it all the time. And it looks to me like Reggie has leveled up already. She's beaten me to the punch. Congratulations!
Thank you!
Level 2 already. So all I'm doing here, folks, is hitting C to continuously target the nearest enemy, and then either hitting spacebar or one of my abilities there. Nice and easy. Now, take a look in the party member list. You'll see that I've got the words M01 next to my name, which means I'm a monk and I'm level 1. R2, obviously meaning not R for Reggie, but R for Ranger, and she's level 2. Alright, how many more eggs does this guy want? Good lord, I've got a funny feeling there's something up the top here from memory, but I could be wrong. No, I'm wrong.
No.
I swear I remember something.
Came from up here.
Yeah, we still have to... The quest shows not updating. But look on our mission map, guys. And in fact, what I'll do is I'll expand it out nice and big for a second so you can see. There you go. There's the ant trail that I'm talking about. So you can see exactly where we've been in this whole game since we arrived in the zone. So it's really, really, really handy for navigating around and finding your way out again. Right, so I'm just going to click on the NPC up there and hit spacebar, and as you know, we'll automatically run towards him. And that's not doing us any good, so I'm going to click on Reggie in the party list and hit spacebar. Again, doesn't matter that I can't see her, it'll automatically pathfind our way to her, which is really handy, especially if you like playing just with your mouse. Alright, come on, Fadden.
Have you noticed these hidden stash barrels that we've gone running past?
Oh, no. Now, what are they? Oh my god, it's Christmas. It's shopping time. Woo! Alright, so look at that. I've been running past them all this time. Basically, they're loot chests. Is that right?
They do have, well, this one had 3 items in it. And like item drops from kills, they're already assigned to a specific party member, so again, no fighting over being...
Yeah, no fights over who gets stuff, which is great. And look at that, we're getting basically free gear out of it. It's awesome. Now, I noticed, by the way, before you run off... Whoops, she's run off, that's right, I can hit spacebar on her. I've got a bow here. I don't know if it's any good for you, but let's do the trade thing again, just so we can remind ourselves how it works. Hit the trade button once you have somebody selected. Literally just drag and drop the item that you want to trade into the trade window. Submit an offer, and Reggie will get a offer come up on her screen, and she can either trade something back or not. And in this case she is, which is very nice of her. We'll give her another bow as well. There we go. Oh, why won't that one go in? It doesn't want to let me drop it in. Maybe it's soulbound, who knows. Anyway, accept the offer, and now I've got a flame artifact which is unidentified. And like I said in an earlier episode, we'll get into how to identify items later on when we're back in a town. For now, we just pick up the fat loots. Alright, so has he found enough eggs? Let's have a look. Now, the way you know if you've completed an objective or not, is open your quest log, and you'll see there that we have not had it lined out. It's still active, so we've obviously still got to get him to collect some more eggs, I'd say.
Okay, well, let's try and run past some nests of eggs that he may not have.
Yep, good idea. Running past some eggs. There's a Devourer's egg there. Come on, mister. If I click on it, it says you lack the necessary finesse to remove the delicate egg There we go. This will only take a moment. Yes, we'll wait for you. Of course we'll wait for you.
We must have been going too fast for him.
Yeah, I think so. Got it. And look at that. It is updated. Now it says escort the guy back to the Duke who's out the front there. And again, even though I can't see Reggie, I'm just clicking on her and hitting spacebar, and the game will automatically pathfind its way to her. And that's because you can't fall off the edges. It's able to do that, which is great. Right, we'll accept that. And look at that. I'm now level 2 as well. Woohoo! So,
congratulations.
why, thank you, ma'am. Now this is a good part to bring up your K screen, because both Reggie and I should have got some attribute points for us to spend. And there you go. Look at that. Attributes, 5 unused points. And this is where another part of the game really comes into play in terms of your strategy and in terms of your playing style. So we'll go up and say hello to Reggie. You got 5 points as well, I'd imagine?
I did.
Alright, so here it is, folks. As you can see, I currently have healing prayers and I currently have smiting prayers. So it's probably going to make sense that I put points, of which I've got 5, into healing and smiting prayer attributes. So let's take a look at this banish spell. Target foe takes 20 holy damage. Let's check. It's a smiting prayer, so I'm going to up smiting prayers by, say, 2. And now my target foe takes 25 holy damage. So as I said earlier, the tooltip actually updates in real time, so you can keep a very careful eye on what's going on. Now, the healing spell I have, what does it say? Target ally gains +4 health regen, so it's a heal over time. Let's put the remaining 2 points I have into my healing, and actually I was only able to put 1 point in. Silly me, because the next level requires 2 points. As you can see, I've used 1. The up arrow now says 2. I don't have 2, so it's greyed out, and unfortunately for us that means that the healing breeze spell hasn't increased yet, but it will next time. So what are you putting yours into?
Well, I've actually put a couple of points onto my power shot, which has taken my damage from 25 up to 28.
Alright, nice.
And I've put 1 against survival skills, which has increased my troll engine to +3 health regeneration.
Right, so you've got your health
I can't remember what it was previously.
Well, we'll assume that it's more now.
I'm hoping it's better.
Yeah, we're hoping it's better for sure. And again, a lot of people seem to get confused because they say, hang on, how come I've got 1 unused point here and I can't use it? The higher you go in terms of adding attributes, the more they cost to add another point. And you know what that is because you can hover over it there. In this case, there's a 3, an arrow up with 3, and it says by spending 3 attribute points, you can increase your rank from number 2 to number 3, but it will cost you 3 points. And it actually says there in red, you need 2 more available attribute points before you can increase your rank. So it really does take a bit of smarts and careful planning to make sure you're putting your points into the right type of spells, basically, depending again on how you want to customize your character and how you want to play and what your play style is. So, Reggie, where are we? We've got a quest there. Which one is it? The worm problem. Take the Devourer egg to Pitney in Ashford. I think we have to go back to the town, don't we?
We do indeed.
And of course, thanks to the wonderful marble that is the ants trail there. If I hit my map key, you can see we're heading north. So if we continue over here to the northwest around the curve, we'll end up back right where that green asterisk is. Once again, never getting lost. We'll hit spacebar on Reggie. Where'd she go? She's off that way. We'll follow her. And you can see live on the map.
Go the opposite direction that we came.
Yep. Why not? Let's explore the countryside. And you can see our little player marker there moving on the screen, and we're creating a new trail to show where we've gone. Hitting C, hitting spacebar, hitting number 2 to fire off a big spell. And we made short, sharp work of that. Hitting C again, I'm not even facing in the right direction. And it just picks up the closest mob. And as soon as we get in range, it'll start spamming my auto attack. So it's nice and easy combat. Now don't be fooled though, even though the systems are nice and easy, later on in the game it's a lot like something like, say, Dragon Age, where you really have to start planning what attacks you're using. You have to be a little bit careful in terms of the strategy of your approach, because not only are you going to run the risk of running out of energy and not be able to do a damn thing, but there are different types of mobs that are going to be applying different dots on you. Lots and lots of strategy in the Skills Wars combat Guild Wars. Goodness me, I'm losing the plot. Guild Wars combat system, and a lot of that is down to the skills that you choose from your K screen. And trust me when I say you're going to end up having hundreds and hundreds of spells there to choose from. You're really going to have to pick based on your situation and your party makeup. So when you were playing your last main character, Reggie, some people really freak out about the amount of spells that are there, and they just stick to a very core set because they can't be bothered, which to be honest does put you at a disadvantage, but hey, everyone plays in a different way. Were you the sort of person that did that, or did you really carefully manage your skills?
I tended, because my main character was an elementalist, I tended to go more by a bunch of skills, so I'd look at sort of spells that were all fire, and if I tended to be in an area that was snow-capped, I found that the fire was a lot more effective against your ice monsters, things like that.
Which makes sense.
And so because my character was an elementalist, it made it a little bit easier to base what skills to equip based on almost what area of the map, the world I was in. That's
a really good way of thinking of it. Never thought of that. I've just realised too, I spoke to him.
It worked for that tune.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Did you get a chance to hand in that quest, or doesn't matter? I think it updates for you as well, doesn't it?
I think it auto-updated, yes.
Yeah, so you've got an objective of follow Pitney and kill the Queen Worm?
I do indeed.
Beautiful. So there you go, folks. You don't have to worry if one of you triggers the quest before the other. It's going to update for everybody in the party, which is great.
It's a very intelligent game.
It is, isn't it? It's great for dumbos like me, trust me.
Well, there's a good reason I've been playing it for so long.
Oh, you. Oh, now I've just spotted a collector as well. We'll have to talk about the collectors very shortly. Oh, I remember this field. This is the field of worms, isn't it? Oh, I hate these things because they duck under the ground. And of course, once they're underground, you can't target them anymore. That's right, you lose your target, and we've got wolves to contend with. So I'm going to have to start healing myself. I'm going to put a hot on me already because I'm so squishy. Unlike the big, butch, strong Reggie, who can take a bit more of a thumping than I can.
I love your wording there.
I'm talking about your character, of course, which is much tougher to getting a good thumping than I am. Although, let's face it, in real life, you'll probably take more of a thumping than me as well, because I'm such a wuss. But let's not go there. I run away screaming, "Mummy, mummy, mummy," at any sign of trouble. Whoopsie. Alright, now, here's an important thing. We've got, notice this item on the ground here, a baked husk. Now, if I remember rightly, they're something that a collector needs, or am I dreaming?
I do remember that baked husks was something that, annoying as they were to get, yes. I did try and get a lot of them.
Yep, and you're right there, because it's... there you go. Just as you said that, one dropped for you. Fancy that. Murphy's Law for you.
Nice.
And it looks like we've cleared the quest, so we can return to Pitney. Yay, yay, yay. Gosh, it's much easier with two people. I get a fire wand. And he's got another quest for us. What does it say? I'm at a loss for those worms. Someone has stolen my prize mower bird. Oh, God, I remember this one. We have to go into the catacombs. Oh, I hate the catacombs. It's hard. And when
catacombs are fun. They're dark, they're scary.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
They're great fun.
You're right, you know, even though it's hard, it's just because I suck. They are fun. What I'm going to do is hold down my Alt key, and we'll see in the background there we've got a merchant and a collector. I'm going to click on the merchant, which, as you guys know, means we automatically run there. And we'll just quickly check out what...
another red iris flower.
Oh, have you? That's 2. Good Lord. Here we are at a merchant. Now, for a start...
you need 1 for something.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've never been able to figure out what that damn flower is for. So maybe this time I will.
You can give them to Gwen, and she likes getting them.
I did not know that.
I can't remember what more.
Well, thank you. Didn't know that at all. So here we
go.
go.
I've got 2 of them now, and you still have none.
No, I know, and you can't trade them, I don't think. I think they're soul-bound as well. But here we go. We're at a merchant, and of course we've got the typical buy tab and the sell tab. And just like any other game, you basically want to sell anything that's white to a point, because it's probably got no extra stats on it. So, for example, this longbow here worth 2 gold. We'll just literally click on it and then click sell. I know from playing the game previously that I'm going to keep these scale fins because collectors want them, and we'll get into that a bit later on. I'm going to sell that axe. I'm going to sell a warhammer and a short sword. I'm going to keep these other bits and bobs. I'm going to sell the long... Oh, do you want a long sword? I'm guessing you probably don't.
No. Selling on my sword. I've got a cleaver as well, which I've disposed of.
Yep. A water wand.
I'm just making sure everything in my inventory that I'm holding is not actually not as good as what I'm trying to sell as well.
Exactly, and that's always the way to treat...
Sometimes you pick things up along the end.
Yep, you want to make sure that you're not selling something with better stats, obviously. But again, because both Reggie and I have played the game before, we know that we want to keep scale fins and we want to keep dull carapaces at this point, and probably baked husks. I think they're the ones that we want for this particular starting zone. But look, folks, we'll leave that for the next episode, because that actually is where this collector comes in, and we'll talk to him at the beginning of the next episode and get into why a collector is so important. We'll also have another chat to this merchant, because he has a couple of things that we can't afford yet, but we'll explain, being the salvage kit and the identification kit. And on that note, by the way, you'll notice in my sell screen here, I've got a water wand, for example, that is coming up as identified, and it's worth 1 gold. You may say, Sambo, why are you not selling that right now? It's because it's actually going to be worth more money if I identify it, because it will identify that it's got some special attribute, and I should get more coin from it from a vendor. So we'll keep it for now until we can gain the ability to identify. But, whoops, clicking on the ground, running everywhere. I think we're done for this episode. Was there anything else you wanted to cover off before we say goodnight?
No, I think we've had a bit of fun tonight.
Yeah, we've killed some worms, we've killed some devours, we've followed some randoms running around the countryside. You've probably insulted me more than once, and it's probably gone straight over my head, as per real life. But once again, I'd like to thank you for joining us, Reggie. It always is a pleasure having you along, and I hope you enjoyed yourself tonight.
Absolutely. Always do.
Good stuff. So on behalf of Reggie and myself, Sambo, and both of our characters, Seraphis and Regina, it's us saying take care. There you go. Wave. Hang on, let me do a wave for once. I always miss it. There we go. Ta-ta. It's us saying thank you for following us, and please make sure that you join us on our next episode where we really start getting into the swing of things. Until then, hope you're having a great day. Take care. We'll see you later next time. Bye-bye.